Correct. Yeah.
Good morning, good evening, students. Somebody have kept the mic on, please check.
Good evening, sir.
You can give your attendance, write your name. Today around, as per now, today is around 12 students are absent. Okay, now open your notes. From today, we are going to start with a new chapter, that is alcohol, phenols, and ether. Okay, this chapter is coming under the organic chemistry after the haloalkanes and haloarenes. In this chapter, again, three parts they have divided. First part is the alcohol chapter, that is part. Second is the phenol, and last one is the ether. Okay, so this alcohol, phenols, and ether are nothing but a functional groups. So first we are going to see entire chemistry of the alcohol. Then we are going to see the entire chemistry of phenol, how the phenols are prepared, how the phenols react with the other compounds, everything. And same way we are going to see for the ethers. So here most of the important thing is the chemical reactions they are going to ask for the exam. Okay, now give reason also they are asking here, but with respect to the physical properties where it is that I will mention. But most of the thing in this particular chapter is a chemical reactions. Okay, you should know each and everything, because if suppose you are talking about the competitive exam students, then they are combining one or two chapters or three chapters and they are taking one question. So they are combining this chapter, haloalkanes, haloarenes, and one more chapter, and from there they will frame one question. So your concept should be thorough. You should know each and every concept properly. Okay, so I will do my best for that. You should be active, attentive for that, to take what I am teaching now. Okay, so we'll start with our class. First of all, we will see the alcohol. Alcohols. Now, when you are calling it as an alcohol, which is the functional group, you will call it as an alcohol. It is a OH group. Whenever you will see a OH group attached to anything, it is nothing but a alcohol. Okay. Now, in this, first we will see the classifications of the alcohols. Classifications of alcohol. Alcohols are classified okay, based on different ways. Mostly it is with respect to where the OH group is attached to a carbon, which type of the carbon. Like in first case we will see where the OH is attached to a carbon of a sp3 hybridization. Okay, now regarding hybridization, you know that there are three types of the hybridization. One is sp3, another is sp2, and another is sp hybridization. What is meant by sp3 hybridization? Where all bonds are single bond or else your carbon is attached to a single bond. When you will call it as a sp2 hybridization, when that carbon is attached to a double bond. Remember this is from the 11th standard actually. And when you are calling it as the sp hybridization, when your carbon is attached to a triple bond. So first we will see the classification of the alcohol with respect to a sp3 hybridization, that is compound containing COH bond with sp3 hybridization, So what I have told you now, this is the alcohol. Okay, this is a general alcohol called ROH. R means any number of alkyl, so that can be also CH3OH, or else it can be CH3 CH2OH. Okay, or it can be CH3 CH2 CH2OH, any different forms you can say. Okay, but important is what? OH attached to this carbon. So this carbon is your major carbon. Here, OH is attached to this carbon. So this is carbon is your major carbon. This is a minor carbon. Same way, OH is attached to this. So this carbon is your major carbon. This is your minor carbon. So whenever we are talking about sp3 hybridization, we should talk about the carbon. Which carbon? A major carbon. Now this carbon, is this carbon having double bond anywhere?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So that means this carbon is a sp3 hybridized carbon. This carbon, is there anywhere double bond bonded to it?
No, sir.
No.
No,
So
sir.
again, this
No, sir.
carbon is also sp3. Again, this carbon is also sp3. So all such type of the molecules are nothing but a sp3 hybridized carbon. So whenever you are talking about an alcohol, please see that that alcohol will be attached to a carbon. So we have to focus on that carbon and identify that to that carbon whether double bond is or triple bonds are there or not. If suppose there is no double bond, no triple bond, that means that carbon is a sp3 hybridized carbon. So you understood what is meant by sp3 hybridization? sp3
Yes, sir.
hybridized carbon.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll move towards the classification. So in this type of the hybridization, that is sp3 hybridized carbon, two types of classification you will find. First one is a allylic alcohol. Which type of alcohol will be called as a allylic alcohol? So first of all, you have understood that allylic alcohol is coming under which type of hybridization of the alcohol? sp3
sp3.
hybridization of a alcohol. Okay, now what is meant by allylic alcohol? We'll see that. Now see here, this is your alcohol. So OH is attached to a carbon. So this is your major carbon. Now to this carbon, there is another carbon, and to this neighboring carbon, there will be a double bond. We have seen this allylic even in haloalkanes, haloarenes. Okay, see here what I have done. OH is attached to a carbon, so this is your major carbon. So double bond will not be there here. If suppose double bond is there here, then you will call it as a sp3 or sp2.
SP2.
SP2, sir.
But we are studying sp3, so that means there shouldn't be double bond here. So see here, OH is attached to a carbon. Next to that carbon, the neighboring carbon is having the double bond. Then such type of the molecule like this is called as a allylic alcohols. Okay, so we'll actually go with this. Now here, if suppose there is double bond, I will say CH2 double bond CH CH2 and OH. This is the actual representation of the hydrogen in this. So this type of alcohol is nothing. Yes.
So I have a doubt. So this double bond, single bond thing, it should be between this carbon and OH, or it on the other side also.
Other
On
side.
the other side of carbon also, double bond shouldn't be there.
Other side means which side?
Like one bond is with OH and one bond is with another carbon, right?
Yes, this side. This side always it will be a carbon. This side it will be a OH. Or else
Yeah.
this side
So
you can write OH, or
another
this side.
carbon also it can't have a double bond.
Uh-huh.
If it has to be sp3 with another carbon, if the major carbon has a double bond, then also it's not an sp3.
This carbon, if suppose double bond you are saying.
Yeah, double bond with the other carbon, not with OH, with the other carbon.
Here.
Yeah,
You are
if
saying
it has
this
double bond over
here.
there.
Here you
Yes,
are
sir.
saying. No, then it
Yeah.
will be sp2. Then it will be sp2 carbon. This will become sp2 carbon.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Important is what? To become sp3, this carbon shouldn't have double bond, either this side or this side. Obviously, this side you will never have a double bond. This side possibility is there to have a double bond. But if suppose double bond is there this side, then this will become sp2 hybridized.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. So this type of the molecules are nothing but a allylic alcohols. Now, if suppose I'm drawing it properly with the carbon hydrogens, then this is the one. So you can call this what type of alcohol? Primary alcohols. This type, these things, primary. Now, how you identify whether it is primary or not? Focus on the major carbon. And see here, major carbon is having 2 hydrogens. Whenever your major carbon is having 2 hydrogens or 3 hydrogens, you have to call it as a primary alcohol. Okay, now I will show you what is secondary and tertiary allylic alcohols. Same way, CH2 double bond CH. Now see here. Same way, this is also allylic because close to this carbon, major carbon, there is a double bond. That means that is understood that this is an allylic alcohol. Now, whether it is primary, secondary, or tertiary, focus on the major carbon. This major carbon is having one more branch or a substituent, that is CH3 group, and there is only one hydrogen. So then when there is only one hydrogen with the major carbon, you can call it as a secondary alcohol. Okay, same way, CH2 double bond CH, C, OH, CH3, CH3. This you have understood from the straight line. You have understood that there is allylic alcohol. Now, whether it is primary, secondary, tertiary, think about this major carbon. Is there a hydrogen with the major carbon? Is there a hydrogen with major carbon?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
This side also CH3 group, this side also CH3 group. So there is no hydrogen with the major carbon. Then this is called as a tertiary alcohol. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So we have seen the allylic alcohol, one type of the classification. Now we will see a benzylic alcohol. So still we are in sp3 hybridization mode only. Okay. Next is a benzylic alcohol. Now, what is meant by benzylic alcohol? I will show you here. First of all, there should be a benzene. There should be a benzene, and to that benzene, there is a carbon. See here, benzene is there, and to that benzene, there is a carbon. Then you have to call this molecule as a benzyl. You will call this as what? Benzyl. Always remember this. To a benzene, if suppose there is one carbon attached, then this molecule will be called as what? Benzyl. Okay. Now, benzylic alcohol. Now, why it is alcohol? Because to this carbon, there will be oxygen, this thing OH group. Now, you can call it as benzylic alcohol. Understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, OH is attached to this carbon. So, this is your major carbon. To this major carbon, can you see a double bond here?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
double bond. That means this carbon is what? sp3 or sp2?
sp3, sir.
3, sir.
sp3. Very good. Now, this benzylic alcohol, why you are calling it as a benzylic alcohol? Because OH group, that is functional group, is attached to a carbon, and next to that carbon in a benzyl ring, there is a double bond. Same way like allylic alcohol, but allylic, it was a straight chain. Benzylic will be double bond is there in the benzyl ring. So which carbon? This is a major carbon, and to that major carbon, neighboring carbon is this carbon, and to this carbon there is a double bond. Same way like allylic alcohol. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I will draw benzylic alcohol. This is my benzylic alcohol with the hydrogens. So 2 hydrogens, whenever to a major carbon 2 hydrogens are there, which type of alcohol it is? Primary, secondary, tertiary?
Primary.
Primary. So this is a primary alcohol. Check it properly. To this major carbon, there is only one hydrogen, and there is CH3 group. In place of one more hydrogen, there is a CH3 group. So what type of alcohol it is?
Secondary.
Secondary alcohol. What type of alcohol is this one?
Tertiary.
Tertiary alcohol. Very good. Okay, please note down this. So just now we have seen allylic alcohol and benzylic alcohol. Finished?
Yes, sir.
These things they are asking for the competitive level. Huh? Now, next we'll see compounds containing COH bond with carbon with CsP2, that is sp2 hybridization. Okay, with sp2 hybridization. When you will call a carbon as a sp2 hybridization, so now you know that this is an alcohol. This you will call it as an alcohol. Now this is your major carbon. So whenever to your major carbon there is a double bond. Now if you see to your major carbon there is a double bond, then this carbon is a sp2 hybridized carbon. Understood? Understood the difference now?
Yes, sir.
Note down this fast. No need to remember any definitions and all. If you can identify, that is enough. Okay, we'll go properly now. So in these two classifications we have, first one is vinylic alcohol. So when we will call alcohol as a vinylic alcohol, very simple. This is your alcohol, next to that major carbon, and next to that major carbon there is a double bond. So this carbon is a sp2 hybridized. So this molecule, this type of the molecule where to a major carbon, if suppose there is a double bond in a straight chain. Now if suppose more carbon is there, then also fine. But important is what? This, to your major carbon there is a double bond. Then such type of the molecule you will call it as a vinylic alcohol. Now this molecule, the name of this molecule like CH2, CHOH, you can call this molecule as vinylic alcohol. Directly you can call this CH2 double bond CHOH, vinylic alcohol. That's it. Okay, here we cannot decide whether it is primary, secondary. We cannot decide that. That can be possible for the sp3 hybridized. Here it is direct. Same way, arylic alcohol. One more is there. Arylic alcohol. Now, when we will call it as a arylic alcohol, first of all, to talk about the arylic alcohol, there should be a benzene ring to it. Okay, there must be a benzene ring, and to that benzene ring directly your OH is attached. Directly OH, like phenol, you can say. Directly OH is attached. So which is your major carbon? This is your major carbon. Yes or no? In the inside the benzene only you have the major carbon, right?
Yes, sir.
So to that major carbon, can you see this double bond?
Yes, sir.
So such type of the molecule or this molecule can be called as a arylic alcohol. Note down this. Here there is no primary, secondary, tertiary. Here directly you need to remember this. Just let me know as we finish.
'em. 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 'em
Okay.
Done, sir.
So
Yes.
can you explain the vinylic alcohol identification again?
Vinylic. First
Yes,
of
sir.
all, to talk about the vinylic alcohol, your alcohol should be in a aliphatic form, not in a benzene ring. Straight chain. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Second thing, OH is attached to this carbon. So this is your major carbon. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Ah.
Yes,
To
sir.
your major carbon, if suppose there is a double bond, then this is called as vinylic alcohol. There how
Yes,
it
sir.
was, allylic how it was, the double bond was there
Single
here.
one, single bond.
Here it was
Yes,
single
sir.
and here it was double. Now here it is what? Directly to your major carbon double bond.
Double. Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now we'll see little few IUPAC nomenclature. You can write down IUPAC nomenclature. Just I'll brief because 11th standard some people will be having some difficulty with the naming. So you can say structure, IUPAC name and common name. Okay, like first structure of the alcohol is nothing but this one, CH3OH. The IUPAC key or IUPAC name for this is methanol, because one carbon means meth and OH means all, so it is methanol. Common name is, how many carbons are there? One carbon, CH3, so you will call it as a methyl alcohol. Common name is methyl alcohol. Another thing, CH3OH, methanol, is nothing but a wood spirit. You heard anytime wood spirit? You heard? Never heard?
No, sir.
You are getting a polish,
No,
no?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So next is what is the name?
Ethanol. Ethanol.
Ethanol. Very good. This can be called as ethyl alcohol. Okay. The alcohol these people are drinking. You heard about that, no? Alcohol which people are drinking the alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Heard? There are, you can see there are different alcohol, but
Yes,
you are
sir.
a chemistry student. You should know these things. So the alcohol which these people are drinking, this is ethanol, but not a pure ethanol. There are mixture in that. Okay, something or the others, because there are different types of the alcohols are present. Okay, so in this is the third one is, what is the name of this? Can you write?
Propanol.
Propanol.
Yes. If people continue with that, what is the name, common name of this?
Propyl alcohol.
Propyl
alcohol.
Very good. Continue. Okay, write down all the names of this. So third one is propanol, fourth one is butanol, fifth one is pentanol. Finished?
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
Good. Next. Because during the in this chapter you will see major this only alcohols. Okay, now we'll see little bit a tricky one. What is the name of this? Tell me first.
So 2-methyl propane 1 or
2-methyl propane 1 all. Very good. Name this.
2-methyl propane 2 all.
2-methyl.
Propane 2 all.
Very good. 2-methyl propane 2 all. Good. I want the common name for this, Shreya. Tell me the common name of this.
So new butyl alcohol.
Will you say neo? Sure.
Tert butyl alcohol.
Tert butyl alcohol. Okay. Then can you tell me the IUPAC common name for this?
Isobutyl alcohol.
Very good. It is isobutyl alcohol. Those who are not replying, please, you have to revise your 11th standard portion. 11th standard, these IUPAC names are there. You have to go through. Okay, next is tell me the name for this.
Pentriol.
Pentane 3 all. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Tell me for this. What is the name for this? There is a double bond here. Hmm? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is nothing but a butane. So but double bond is there. Which position? Second. So butene. Single OH bond, OH group is there. 1 OL. Understood?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
See for this. Naming. This side you will name. Now this side you will name. From this side. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, but 3, ene, 2, all. Any difficulty, anyone?
No, sir.
Anyone have any difficulty in this? Okay, now we'll see. IUPAC name of this? Hmm? Tell me fast. 2 alcohols are there? No. Why are you thinking so much? 1, 2, 3 you can say.
Propane 1, 3
Propane 1, 3 diol. Good. Next. What is the name? Ethane 1, 2 diol. Or else you can say ethylene glycol. Whenever 2 alcohol OH group is there on a neighboring carbon, no, it is nothing but a glycol. You will call it as a glycol. Okay, you can also call it as a ethylene glycol. What I've said, whenever neighboring carbon, then only you will say glycol. So will you call this as a glycol?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Huh? Don't call it as a glycol. So major important thing is what? OH group should be there on this thing, neighboring carbon. Just a minute, I'll just confirm before giving you the final thing. Okay. Okay, you have to call this C. This, whenever OH group is there on the neighboring, means close to carbon, then it is called as a alpha glycol. Whenever this thing OH group is there, just by leaving 1 carbon, this will be called as a beta glycol. And when middle 2 carbon they are leaving and both the side OH is there, middle 2 carbon they will leave, and this carbon there is a OH, this carbon is, then it is a alpha glycol. So it's alpha glycol, beta glycol, and gamma glycol. So that will be called as a gamma glycol. Important is alpha glycol. This you don't, you can directly leave if you know the IUPAC name of these things. No, beta and gamma enough. Important is this. Just remember these names what I am giving, that is enough. No need to search any other things. Now this one, this will be called as what? Propane 1, 2 diol, or this can be called as propylene glycol.
So the previous one will be alpha ethyl glycol or alpha glycol.
Which, this one?
No, the down one.
This is alpha glycol. This is also alpha glycol, because both are close by. No, here
So
is
not
what?
alpha ethylene glycol.
What happened?
No, the name won't be alpha ethylene glycol now. It will just be
ethylene glycol.
okay.
Okay, because directly you can write down ethylene. So this beta and gamma, no, most never they will ask you. You just remember this. Whatever is required, I'm giving you here. Just you have to remember the IUPAC name. Whenever glycol they will give you this glycols only, either ethylene glycol or propylene glycol. Okay, one more important thing I'm giving you. This is one more important structure which you need to remember. Note down fast. What is the common name, IUPAC name for this? Propane 1, 2, 3 triol. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The common name for this is glycerine. You heard about glycerine anytime?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
So this is the glycerine, or even you can call it as a glycerol. One and the same. Glycerine or glycerol, name is same. Mention this. Finished?
Yes, sir.
Good. Next is isomerism in alcohol. Next concept is isomerism in alcohols. Take down fast. So there are 4 isomerisms are shown by the alcohol. So how many isomerisms are shown by the alcohol? 4 isomerisms shown by the alcohol. First is chain isomerism. Again, this is from the 11th standard. First one is chain isomerism. Remember, chain. What is the word? Chain. Usually how the chain looks like? Usually how chain looks like? Circle,
Straight
rectangle, square, or straight?
Straight line, sir.
Straight line.
Right, sir.
Okay. Straight line. So we will draw. I'll show you one example. CH3, CH2, CH2. This is one of the example. Just go through that properly. Example. Write down the IUPAC name for that. IUPAC name for this. Now, why we are calling it is a chain isomerism? When we are calling it as a chain isomerism, everything remain as it is. Carbons remain as it is. Hydrogens remain as it is. Oxygen, the number of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen remains as it is. We are not going to change any number of carbons. But what we are going to change here, we are going to change the shape of this compound or a group. Now here, this is what? A straight chain. Can you see any branches to this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbons are there. The same thing, by using 4 carbons only, I will change the structure of this. You see. See. What is the difference? Count the number of carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbons are same.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Oxygen is 1 here. Oxygen is 1 here. Hydrogens 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. Here 3, 6, 7, 9, 10. Total number of hydrogens are also same or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Position of the OH group is on the last carbon or first carbon. Here also position of the OH group first or last carbon. That is also same or not? I have not changed the position of the OH group. I have changed.
No, sir.
No, sir.
But what I have changed? The position of a carbon. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So whenever I'm changing the position of a carbon to make it what? A branched compound, then such type of the example like this and this, whenever you are comparing, you have understood that everything is same, only the one carbon he have removed and he made it as a substituent. Then such type of the examples are called as a chain isomerism. So only the structure, this thing, your shape is changing with respect to carbon. Remember this. Shape is changing with respect to carbon. Nothing else is going to change. Then such type of examples, you will call it as a chain isomerism. Okay. Write down the IUPAC name of both. Any difficulty in this?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. This actually, it is there in the 11th standard. Isomerism thing. So nothing is changed here. Only the shape is changed. That's why it is called as a chain isomerism. From chain, we are going to make it something different. Next is position isomerism. Next is a position isomerism. Now, when I will call it as a position isomerism, see, this same structure I will take for you people so that you will not get confused. You write down the name for this. Now you tell me, students, where the OH group is located, which carbon?
First carbon.
First carbon.
First carbon.
I'm not going to change any number of carbon, any number of hydrogen, any number of oxygen. Everything will remain as it is. But what you will see the difference in this case is the position of a OH group. Earlier, the position of OH group was on first carbon. Now the position of the OH group is second carbon. If you count the number of hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon, you will get same here as well as here. But what is changed? Position of a functional group is changed. That is OH group. Earlier it was first, now it is on second. Okay, that's why such type of the examples, you will call it as a position isomerism. So here position of the OH group is changed. That is functional group is changed. Any difficulty in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, good. Next is, no need to remember that definitions. You can just go through that. Important is you need to identify these things. You should know how to identify. Third one is functional isomerism. Functional isomerism. Now you see, students, I'm giving you one compound. What is the name of this?
Ethanol.
How many carbons are there here? In front of you only I will show. How many carbons? 2 carbons. How many hydrogens total?
6.
3, 2, total 6. How many oxygen?
1, sir.
1. Okay, so this is the formula and this is the structure. So you can see here a ethanol. That means which is the functional group? Which functional group is this? Alcohol. Yes or no? This is alcohol. Now by using same number of carbon, same number of hydrogen, same number of oxygen, I will change the functional group. So what type of functional group and I can make? Whichever possible you have to make. Which functional group is this? Which functional group is this? Both the side carbon and middle oxygen. Which one is it?
Ketone.
Ketone.
This is how ketone you are
Aldehyde.
writing? No. Tell me fast. Many students are there.
So ether.
Ether, very good. This is the ether functional group where both the side carbon and middle oxygen. So both carbon are joined by that oxygen. This is the ether functional group. So I have made a ether functional group by using this structure, this thing, structural formula. See here, how many carbons are there? 2 carbons. How many hydrogens? 6 hydrogens. How many oxygen? 1 oxygen. I have changed anything here extra or I have removed?
No, sir.
No. So by doing nothing, I have just changed the shape and I have changed the functional group. So here it is a alcohol, here it is a ether. So such type of the examples, you will call it as a functional isomerism. So that means functional group is
Darian got
changing.
disconnected.
Huh?
So guy got disconnected. Darian.
I didn't get.
I'll tell him to. He sent request, it seems.
No, I didn't got any request here. Okay, we'll see when it comes. Okay, so what you have understood here, the functional group is changing, yes or no? Here there is one functional group, another you will get different functional group. That's why it is called as a functional isomerism. Clear? Any difficulty in this? Any difficulty?
No, sir.
Okay. So write down the name for this, write down the name for this. You will call it as methoxymethane. All have finished?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the fourth one, so total 4 isomerism is shown by the alcohol. Called optical isomerism. Fourth one is called optical isomerism. Okay. Now what is mean by optical isomerism? To get or to call at least optical isomerism of any alcohol, important is that alcohol should be a chiral alcohol. What is mean by chiral? What is mean by chiral? I think I have explained you people, no? Huh? Is this molecule chiral or not? Is the molecule chiral or not?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
waiting for your answer.
Yes, sir.
How we are finding the chiral carbon? When we are calling it as a chiral carbon?
Sir, all 4 groups are different.
All groups are different, correct? So which is your center one here? Which carbon is your center?
Yes.
A major carbon is your center. Who is a major carbon here? This is your major carbon. So if you split up this, one molecule is CH3, one molecule is OH, and 2 molecules are hydrogens. All the 4 are different. Still, some people doesn't understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
This molecule is this. This is your major carbon. CH3, OH, HH. Is all molecules are different?
No,
All
sir.
groups are different?
No, sir.
No, this hydrogen,
sir.
hydrogen is same. Can you call this as a chiral?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So if suppose this is not chiral, even it will not show you the optical isomerism. Remember, to show a optical isomerism or to call that as a optically active, your carbon should be chiral. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So to explain this, I need to take such type of the compound. Check this. Is this a chiral or not? You tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. Now I will open that structure to talk about the optical isomerism. Carbon, C2H5, OH, CH3, H. I will open up this structure. Then what you have to do? you have to place a mirror. You need to place a mirror here. Okay, now in mirror, you know how it looks like. In mirror, how it looks, if you keep a hand and if suppose there is a mirror, what you exactly see? So what you do, take this molecule, just take this and put it like this. This molecule you have to twist and put it there. This is how it will look in the mirror. So carbon at the center, it will remain as it is. This C2H5 will remain as it is. Now here, this will remain as it is because this top and bottom will remain as it is. Now you are twisting it here. The OH will come where? Here or here?
So left side.
This side. Yes or no? Because you are twisting there. So H will go here. If suppose they are showing such type of the molecule, well, first important thing is this carbon is a chiral carbon. And if suppose they are showing the correct mirror image, then this example can be called as an optical isomerism. Understood? Yes,
Yes,
or no?
sir.
Any difficulty in this?
No, sir.
Okay. So you can write it here. This is a mirror, so that later you should come to know. Clean this fast. This thing, finish it fast. Finished?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we have finished with the isomerism part also. Now we'll move towards the preparation of the alcohols. Hope you people are writing the imposition for the organic chemistry. You're writing or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
talking
Yes,
about
sir.
organic chemistry. Without imposition, writing it for 30 to 40 times, you cannot do organic chemistry for the exam. Huh? Now it will be looking easy, but when you will sit for the exam, you will forget everything. Okay. Next is methods of preparation, that is preparation of alcohol. Preparation of alcohol. So first one is from alkene to alcohol. Here there is one mechanism, students. Okay, they can earlier they used to ask this mechanism. Nowadays they're not asking, but I cannot skip that thing. I have to teach you. Okay, but actually they are not asking these things. Still, we'll see. Can anyone just do me a favor? From reduction portion, can you please open up that page? Anyone? Reduction portion I have shared on a group. Open that page, and alcohol, phenols and ether, what is reduced? Can you tell me? Please open it fast.
So it is uses with special reference to methanol and ethanol.
Okay, only that much now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means this particular mechanism is there. Now this is called as from alkene to alcohol. Alkene means what? C double bond C. Alcohol means what? Somewhere to one of the carbon OH. You understood the difference what is made there here? They have
Yes, sir.
broken the one bond and they have made a new bond. So this carbon have made a new bond. Double bond, from that double bond, one bond is broken there and new bond is formed with the OH group. That's it. Number of carbon doesn't changes here. Number of hydrogen doesn't changes. Important is formation of the alcohol. Okay. Now this Name of this reaction is very important. Name of the reaction is by acid catalyzed hydration. Important now this, because there is a mechanism here. Mechanism means you have to show that reaction in a stepwise manner. Step 1, step 2, step 3, that I will show you. So if suppose they are asking, this will be asked for the 2 marks. Okay, so the name is by acid catalyzed hydration, the name of this. Okay, so I'll show you one example here. CH3 CH double bond. Yes.
Excuse me, sir. So Durva is trying to join again.
Okay, so we'll do one example. We'll take a alkene molecule here. This is a alkene. What is the name of this alkene? Propene. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So how to do this reaction? Take starting material alkene, then what they have said, acid they have said, and hydration. They focus on these 2 words, acid and hydration. Okay, plus we will add a water in that because it is a hydration. So you need to add H2O. Put an arrow, and on arrow you will mention H plus. This is nothing but you are adding little bit acid in that. Which acid doesn't matter, importance is protonation, that is H plus should be there. Okay, so on arrow H plus. Now how the reaction will happen? H2O, that is from H2O, one of the hydrogen will break, OH will go here, yes or no? And H also will go here, but where? Another carbon. So if suppose OH is going on this carbon, H will go on this carbon. Now important in such cases, now if you see here, this is a asymmetric alkene, yes or no? Asymmetric alkene means you cannot divide it in the middle. So here double bond is here. So this side 2 carbons are there, this side 1 carbon is there. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So this is a asymmetric alkene. So whenever there is a asymmetric alkene and you need to do a acid catalyzed hydration reaction, that time what you are doing, H2O will be divided into 2 parts, that is one is OH and one is H. So H will go at one position, OH will go at one position, that is with 1 carbon, that is with 1 carbon. But where they will exactly go, H will go at this carbon or OH will go at this carbon. To answer that, you need to remember that in such cases with respect to asymmetric alkene, this is undergo with respect to Markovnikov's rule. This undergoes with respect to Markovnikov's rule. Now what does the Markovnikov's rule says? The negative part of the molecule, where it is going, with less number of hydrogen or more number of hydrogens? Markovnikov's rule,
This number of
So less.
less number of hydrogen. Now is this a less number of hydrogen or this is the less number of hydrogen?
CH.
This one, less number of hydrogen. Now H is a negative part or O is the negative part?
In.
H is the negative part.
H is the negative part. H
No,
is a
O is the
hydrogen.
negative part.
Oh,
O is the negative
O
part.
is the negative. So
Sorry,
that
sorry.
means OH will go to the this carbon and H will go to the this carbon. Why is this thing is happening here? Because the addition takes place with respect to Markovnikov's rule. You can mention this. Addition takes place with respect to which rule? Markovnikov's rule. So I am drawing the compound now. Final CH3 CH OH and here CH3. So from propene we have prepared 2 propanol.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, Shreya wants to join.
Okay. Any difficulty in this reaction? Because we need to see a actual mechanism, actually how it is, how it takes place, what is happening inside, that we need to see. So first you should know the actual reaction. This is the actual reaction. Now we are going to see this in stepwise manner. Any difficulty in this?
No, sir.
Sure, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then take down, write down. Below this you write down, next leave a line and write down. Show the mechanism of acid catalyzed hydration. Show the mechanism of acid catalyzed hydration. Finished? So remember, same reaction will do, but we will do the mechanism. Because if suppose they are asking you the mechanism, they will be asked for the 2 marks. Very easy. No need to write any explanation. Mechanism. Step 1. I'll tell you what happens step by step. In step 1, 2 things takes place, or 2 steps takes place in step 1 only. What is the first in step 1? We are taking a H2O and H plus, that is we are taking a water, and in that we are adding a acid. That's why it is called as acid catalyzed hydration. So this is the first step 1 here. What is happening? H2O plus H plus. H2O plus H plus. This is nothing but a straight one-side reaction where H will directly join with this oxygen and you will get H3O plus. This is nothing but a acid only, H3O plus. Okay, so H2O plus H plus, you are getting H3O plus. This is the first step. Any difficulty you have in this? Anyone?
No, sir.
Any difficulty? Now here H2O plus. Why it is O plus? Because actual valency of the oxygen is 2. So oxygen is having 2 hydrogen. But in this case, we have taken 1 more hydrogen. So oxygen is having 3 hydrogen. So valency is changed now. That because of that reason, we have to put a plus sign on the oxygen. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is a chemical reaction. Just a minute. Okay. We'll take we'll take this CH3 CH double bond CH2 plus H3O plus Cl. I will just open up this structure so that you will understand it properly. Okay, H3O plus. So you are taking a starting material, that is a propene, and this H3O plus, which is prepared in a chemical reaction. They both will react. Now in this case, what will happen? This everything is positive here. Here, as it is having a double bond, as these carbons are having a double bond, because of this reason, these are slightly negative in nature. These are slightly negative in nature. So because of that, what will happen? Because of that, what will happen? Who can tell me? What will happen here? Anyone? Now, this carbon will try to attack this hydrogen. This carbon will try to attack this hydrogen. That means this carbon wants this hydrogen. in short. Now to bring this hydrogen with him, already his valency is full. 2 bonds here, 2 hydrogens. Already this carbon is having 4 valency and 4 bonds are there. Now to bring this hydrogen here, he will be needed 5 bonds. Is it possible 5 bonds with a carbon? No, it will be unstable. That time what will happen? In that case, what he have to do? He need to break one of his this bond with this carbon. He will break one of the bond with this carbon. Understood, everyone? To bring this hydrogen here, he will see again. I'm saying this carbon will attack on this hydrogen. Which hydrogen? Hydronium ion hydrogen. Because of this, directly he cannot attack because already his valency is full. So because of this reason, this one of the double bond he will break. Okay, and new bond will be formed by this hydrogen. Okay, now as this hydrogen knows that this carbon is calling me and even he wanted to go out, so he will try to break the bond with this oxygen, this bond. Okay, so as such what you will get, I'm just drawing it again. CH3 CH single bond CH. Now how many hydrogens will come here? Who can tell me? How many hydrogens will be there here now? Already he is having 2 hydrogens. He is taking one more hydrogen from this oxygen. So how many hydrogens you will write?
So 3.
3. Now you know that one of the double bond they have broken down. Anything is replaced at this position because of that? Anything have come here? That should come here. No, something should come here to make a bond. But anything is come from this? Nothing has come from this. So there is a vacancy here because of that bond. So you will say, you can mention this as a positive here. Because with this carbon, only 3 bonds are there. There should be 4 bonds, no, to complete the valency. But only 3 bonds. See here, this bond, and with hydrogen, only 3 bonds are there. One bond is not there. So there is a carbocation formation there. So on that carbon, you will write positive. Okay, and byproduct is what? H2O. Because here this bond will break and you will get OHH, that is H2O. So that is your byproduct. Understood, everyone, this step?
Yes, sir.
Check
Yes, sir.
properly. Anything you have not understood? In simple words, I have told. Anything? All have understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, actually, to tell you, students, I'm showing this as an example that to propene. Okay, you can show this with ethene also rather than a propene. No, we can show it with the ethene. Ethene will be more easier. Can we try with this ethene if you want? Because for the mechanism, no, they are not going to ask you the propene. Propene means 3 carbons will be there. Ethene is very easy because ethene only 2 carbons are there. We'll try with the ethene. It will be looking easier for you. We'll try that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is very easy. Here you have to use your brain little bit because here you have to follow the Markovnikov's rule. There, whenever there are only 2 carbons, there is no Markovnikov's rule, nothing. Now see here. Mechanism, 2 carbons plus so both carbons things are same, nothing is going to change here. So one of the carbon will try to attack this hydrogen. Because of this, hydrogen will break a bond with this oxygen. hydrogen definitely will come here. Because of that, he need to break one bond with this carbon. So this carbon, starting carbon, will get how many carbons? This thing hydrogens, 3 hydrogens, already 2, and this is 1. Single bond you will write with carbon and 2 hydrogens. So one bond is this thing broken down, but nothing have come here. Because of that reason, you will write what? A plus sign on top of the carbon. So this is not a carbocation. This is a carbocation, and your byproduct is H2. Now you understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now next step, step 2. What is happening in step 2? Step 2, you write down this molecule. Write down this molecule plus H2O, this byproduct. You know that on oxygen there is a lone pair, yes or no? Everyone knows that, no? On oxygen there is a lone pair. Lone pair is nothing but electrons, negative part. So from oxygen the bond will start. Now the from oxygen bond will start and it will go towards the positive part. Now who is the positive part here? A carbocation, that is this carbon. Okay, so we'll add up this. So CH3 C with these 2 hydrogens as it is, we will write 2 hydrogens as it is, we'll write. With this carbon you need to add oxygen. Check. Oxygen will make a new bond with this carbon. These hydrogens are as it is. Oxygen have made a new bond with this carbon. Again these hydrogens are as it is. Now in this case, how many bonds are there with this oxygen? How many bonds are formed by the oxygen here? Tell me fast. You have to, what you look here, that you have to answer. How many bonds you can see in?
3.
3 bonds you can see. Always remember, oxygen maximum bond can be formed by 2, means stable oxygen can form 2 bonds like this. But here they have made 3 bonds. That means it is unstable. So because of that, you have to mention a positive sign on the oxygen now rather than on carbon. That carbon sign is gone. Why? Because carbon is forming again 4 bonds. He is stable now, but that instability have gone to the oxygen. Clear?
Yes, sir.
You can understand this or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now the step 3. Very easy it is. Now the step 3. Now for step 3, what you got in the step 2, that we will write down. CH3 H H O H H, and here positive part. Okay, plus H2O. Just a minute, I'll just cross check. Yes, plus H2O, because water we are taking in excess. H2O. So again there is a lone pair on the oxygens. Now in this step 3, what happens? Again this oxygen will try to attack on this hydrogen. Now which hydrogen? The hydrogen which is present on oxygen. Okay, and this hydrogen he will try to take with himself. Now to go this hydrogen with himself, this hydrogen will try to break the bond with this oxygen. This hydrogen will try to break the bond with this oxygen, because he have to go with this, no? He have to go with this H2O. So he will break the bond with this oxygen. So I will again write this compound now. CH3 H H Now here, what will remain, students? If suppose we are removing this hydrogen, what will remain?
OH.
Huh? What will remain? OH will remain, right? OH will remain. Now this hydrogen will go fine. What about this positive sign? Will you write that positive sign again? Will you write the positive sign on this oxygen?
No, sir.
No, you will not write, because if you see now, oxygen is forming only 2 bonds. That means oxygen is stable. Here it was forming 3 bonds. That's why you have written this positive sign. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So what is the byproduct now? Plus this hydrogen is going by this oxygen. So you will get H3O. Now again, this oxygen is forming 3 bonds with the hydrogen. You are going to write positive sign or not on that oxygen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
So just mention the positive sign on the oxygen in this case. So this is your final compound, that is ethanol. You have started with the ethene and you have finished with the ethanol. Directly you can do these steps without any framing of the sentences, nothing. All have understood this?
yes,
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 sir.
sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. Okay, please note down this first. Note down it fast.
Done, sir.
Good. So we have seen the preparation of alcohol from alkene to alcohol. By what? What is the name of that reaction? By acid catalyzed hydration. Yes, remember these things. Okay, now again we are going to see the same thing. The next reaction is from alkene to alcohol. Same, alkene to alcohol, but this time the name of the reaction is by hydroboration oxidation. Important, very important reaction. Please mention this. Hydroboration oxidation, very important reaction. Again I'm telling you. Finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a minute. This is one of the important reaction. Please mention this. Very important. Many a times the question is come on this. Okay, so the thing is, starting material is alkene and end product is alcohol. Now this here, I will give you only one reaction. Okay, rather than framing different type of the reaction, only that reaction you have to focus. Is it clear? Only that reaction you have to do it properly. What it is? Starting material we will take propene. Now to do this reaction by hydroboration oxidation, the starting material you are taking, that is propene, that is alkene, you have to take how many times? How many times will take this?
3 times.
3 times. Then plus BH3. This is your reagent. This is called as a reagent. What is the name of that? Borane. That's why it is a hydroboration reaction. This word is used, no? Boration. So this is a borane. What it is? BH3. So in borane, with this boron, B is a boron and this molecule is a borane. Okay. So with this boron, how many hydrogens you can see, students?
3.
3 hydrogens are there. So this 3 hydrogens is replaced by this 3 alkene molecule and you will get CH3, CH, check properly. What happened? What you see, you can see the difference in this and this. I'm not giving you the big things because in depth they will not ask you. Whatever is required, that only I'm giving you. What you can observe, what happened here? These 3 hydrogens are replaced by this molecule. Yes or no? 3
Yes, sir.
hydrogens are replaced by this molecule. Now, but what exactly you have observed here is, what you have observed? This bond is broken down, double bond is broken down, and this hydrogen have gone here. So if you see this, rather than it is a propene, can you see this is a propane now?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So what the major thing happened? This bond is broken down, double bond, and with this broken double bond, with this carbon, this one hydrogen went here, and this will become CH2. And what about this bond? This carbon is forming a new bond with this boron. That is this bond. Understood, everyone? So how many molecules of propene? 3 molecules of the propene. So all 3 molecules are combined with this borane, and as such CH3, CH2, CH2 inside the bracket, entire bracket 3 times, because we are taking 3 molecules and borane. So this is nothing but you will look like this. If you open up this structure, no students, you will look like this. Understood? Yes or no? This structure, if you open up, then it will look like this. Got it or not?
Yes, sir.
So important, I wanted to tell you that this double bond is broken down and this one hydrogen have come here. So like that, how many molecules? 3 molecules. So with one molecule, one hydrogen. So how many hydrogens are there here? 3 hydrogens.
Yes.
So with one molecule, one hydrogen have come. So all 3 molecules will get 3 hydrogen or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is the first step. No need to show like this, huh? So this is the first step of the hydroboration oxidation. Then after that, next step is the reagent is H2O in presence of hydrogen peroxide. H2O hydrogen. How many hydrogen peroxide? H2O2 means hydrogen peroxide. How many molecules of hydrogen peroxide?
3.
3, comma OH minus. That is a base in presence of base. So these are the reagent. In first case, reagent is BH3. In second case, reagent is H2O, 3H2O2, OH minus. Very, very important thing. You shouldn't miss a single thing here. See, this is a big reaction. You will get confused. So I have made it in short form. So you don't make any shorter things in this. You will lose the marks. Because I know till how much I can make it to the shorter thing. Okay. So after this, what will happen? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you see at
Yes.
least the board?
So yeah,
Yes.
kind of.
Can you see the board, students?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now it is fine. So what will happen now? What will happen? by using this, what we are doing, we are breaking the bond of this boron, this. We are breaking the bond of that boron, and after breaking the bond of this boron by using hydrogen peroxide, we are using OH at that position. So we will get CH3, CH2, CH2, here, this thing, CH3, CH2, CH2, and this bond is formed with this boron. We have broke down that bond, and you have to put OH there. We have to put OH. So how many molecules now?
3, sir.
3. So you will also write 3 molecules here. So what is the starting material? Propene. And what is the end material you are getting? 1 propanol. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
All have understood? So this is very important. What type of question will be asked? Propene to 1 propanol. This is one of the best reaction I'm telling you, which is used in industries also to prepare alcohol, because good yield of alcohol we are getting. You have seen, no, 3 times we are getting the alcohols. If suppose we are taking 3 times alkene, we are getting 3 times alcohol. So good yield we are getting here. So it is one of the important reaction for the preparation of alcohol. So how the question can be asked? Propene to 1 propanol, like this. But important is what? In this reaction, we can prepare only the primary types of the alcohol. That means which type of the alcohol? Alcohol which is attached to the last, not in the middle. Secondary we cannot prepare. Tertiary we cannot prepare. We can prepare the alcohol which is only primary alcohol. Is this clear? Please mention this and keep. So because of that, we have seen OH group is there here and not in between. You understood the differences in this reaction or important points in this reaction? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what you need to remember, this a borane and this second part is the reagent. So these are the 2 reagents we are using in this reaction. Okay, so this is nothing but the name of the reaction is hydroboration oxidation reaction. Hydroboration oxidation reaction. Any difficulty you have, anyone? And byproduct you mention H3PO3, H3BO3 byproduct. Yes, enough. This is enough. You practice this reaction 15 to 20 to 30, 40 times. Only this one reaction is very important in hydroboration oxidation. No need to frame any other things. Okay, all have understood what happens in this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, any other difficulties in today's class?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Any difficulty? Okay, so fine, you can leave the class now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night.